Hello, YouTube. This is Sweet June 2010. Computer was down for about a day or so. Couldn't get on my internet. Was having some issues with my internet, but I'm back now. And what I want to talk about today is this next series of blogs that I'm going to do. Um, I'm going to address this to not just black women, but all women. I think all women will be able to relate uh, some of these next blogs that I'm going to be talking about. And women, there's a lot of issues, um, women related issues that, needs to be discussed. And what I want to talk about today is women having the mentality a piece of man is better than no man at all type mentality. Um, some women, prescribe to the belief that a piece of man is better than no man at all. And I don't prescribe to that belief. I don't. I'd rather be alone than to be with somebody that's not doing me right, that's not respecting me, that's not loving me like I feel like I should be loved, that's not, I'm not getting what I need in the relationship, and someone that's just be not doing me right. I'd rather be alone than to be with somebody that just isn't right for me. But some women, feel like, they'd rather, they'd rather be with a man that's cheating or, abusing them, whether it be physically or mentally, than to be alone. And I just want to talk about some possible theories as to why women might think like that. I mean, me myself, like I said, I don't prescribe to that belief. If you're not doing right by me, I can't tolerate it. I can't put up with a man that's not doing me right. And I think it all comes down to knowing your worth. I think that's what it all boils down to. It all boils down to knowing your worth. Women, we need to know our worth. Because if you don't know your worth, then and you have a low self-esteem, then you will basically put up with anything a man has to dish out. And a lot of times you will take on that mentality. And so this is the reason why it's so important for women to know their worth. It's so important for women to know, have a sense of themselves, and feeling good about yourself, knowing what you deserve, knowing what you want, and having standards and requirements, and knowing what you deserve. And I think that's very important for women to know, to have that. I think it's very important for women to be in that place, because it's really not good to have that mentality. It's really not good to have the type of mentality, a piece of man is better than no man at all. Because you put yourself in, a lot of women put themselves in a position to get abused mentally, physically, or they just dealing with a man that just don't mean them no good. He's cheating. He just simply isn't right. The right type of man, and you'll put yourself in a position to just put up with anything from a man. And some women are actually afraid to be alone. And that's another issue. When some women really feel like they can't make it on their own, and so because they feel that way, they're willing to put up with some of the things that these men are willing to dish out. I don't think, in reality, I don't think no woman wants to be alone. I mean, who wants to be alone? I mean, I don't want to be alone. It's probably, Most women, um, most majority women, don't want to be alone. You know, but at the same time, um, it's not healthy to feel like, well, I'll take this man, even though he's being abusive or he's cheating or whatever. Um, I'd rather be with him than to be. It's better than being alone. That's not healthy. That is not a healthy mentality to have, and a lot of women have that mentality, and it's not a healthy mentality to have because you put yourself in a situation um, to where you just put up with anything from that man. And like I said, it all boils down to knowing your worth, knowing what you're worth, knowing what you deserve, and knowing that you do not deserve to have a man that's abusing you or whatever the situation is. Um, like I said, I don't prescribe to that belief. I don't think it's healthy for women to have that belief. Um, because you put, like I said, you put yourself in a position to be abused mentally, physically, and then some of these men just feel like they can just get over on you, because you're gonna be there, So I mean, it is better to be alone than to be with someone that's not treating you the way you deserve to be treated, not respecting you, that's out running around with other women, or in some cases men, and just dumping all over you and just not doing you right, Um, it is better to be alone than to be in a situation like that. But some women just don't get it. They just don't connect the dots. And, because when you're alone, at least you got peace of mind, and at least you have your self-respect and your dignity. And to me, that's worth more than anything, and, but, it is really not healthy for a lot of women to have this mentality. It's not healthy because, like I say, and if there's children involved, you're exposing your children to these negative relationships. And then what kind of values does that teach your children? That it's okay, especially if you're dealing with female children. What message are you sending to your daughters? It's okay to be with a man that's cheating on you, that's abusing you. What message are you sending to your children? So we have to be careful, especially as single mothers, what type of men we allow around our children. We can't just let everybody around our kids. And because especially, and then if you have boys, what message are you sending to your sons? And this is the way women are supposed to be treated. You want your sons to respect women and treat women with respect and everything. You want them to make you proud. But if you're allowing men in your life that's mistreating you, disrespecting you, and they're doing this around your sons, then what values is that teaching your sons? Your sons are going to grow up thinking that that's the way women should be treated. You don't want that. You don't want your sons to think that. So it's so vital. It's so vital that as women we know our worth. And it's so vital because it's very vital to our future generations. Our children are our future. So if we don't know our worth and we could keep allowing these people into our lives, then, what is the next generation going to be like? So it's so important. It's so vital that us women know our worth. And this piece of man is better than no man mentality is not good. It's just not good, ladies. It's not good. It comes to a point in time where you need to learn your worth, know your worth, know what you deserve, know what have some standards and requirements. And if a man can't meet those standards and requirements, and he can't love you and respect you like you deserve, then kick him to the curb. It's better to be alone than be with someone that's not loving you the way you deserve to be loved, not respecting you the way you deserve. And it's hard being alone, but at least you got a peace of mind. And God is always there for you. He's never going to turn his back on you. You know, he's the most important man in your life, and God should be first in your life anyway. And so, like I said, it's better. I'd rather be alone than to be with somebody. I'd rather even be alone than to be with somebody that I'm not connecting with. There's no chemistry. There's no connection. You know, can't do it. Can't do it. You know, it's got to be right. It's got to be right. You know, um, got to have standards. And some men, you know, these men come on here and they act like it's a big problem with us having standards. No, it's good for us to have standards. We should have standards. Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Okay? So that's basically what I wanted to talk about, you know, with women. This piece of man is better than no man mentality. It's not good. It's not healthy, ladies. Not healthy. You know, uh, you gotta know who you are. Gotta know your worth. Gotta know what you deserve, and walk in it. Okay, Sweet June, 2010.